Hello, one more time we're back on your favorite program, the TS, I don't just call it TS, where we tell the truth and let the chips fall where the bloody hell may. And as we say all the time, folks, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. And no credit when you, whatever you do, truth will rush again. And finally, the big question that I always ask is this: what time is it? And the answer is very simple. Yes, it's listening time. It's listening time. Oh, and I almost forgot that we have made a promise from the bottom of our hearts, a very, very solid promise to all of you Jandamites. We shall suffocate your Jandam with the truth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, folks, today I'm talking about two things, but you'll be surprised by what I'm talking about. The main thing I'm talking about today, listen to this, folks. The main thing is that I understand the NPP. Honestly, I really do understand the NPP. And on that note, I want my dear friend and colleague Kwesi Pratt, dear friend and colleague Kwesi Pratt, to be listening. And also my younger brother, what's his name? Black Rasta. And the reason I'm singling them out is because recently they've come up with statements that show me that they really don't understand the NPP. Today on TS, you hear why I say I understand the NPP. But before I get to that, just a word of advice to the NDC, to GM. Remember on my last program, this is what I said. I said the overwhelming votes that we gave to Mahama was that we're electing him not as an NDC man or party man, no. We're electing him as a trustee of our destiny. Mama, can I go and check the program before this? That's what I said. That he's been elected as a trustee of our destiny. And based on that, I say, if he is in as a trustee of our destiny, then there's one thing that he's supposed to do. And I said plainly here that he has not come to fix a damage or to repair damage, because between me and you, yes, the NPP for 8 years, there's some massive damage. Unthinkable damage was done to this country. And that's a fact, that's not an opinion. And I was saying that the overwhelming votes for JM was not for him to come and fix any damage. No, we voted for him because we needed him to come and restore a republic. Come and restore a republic, which means take this country, give it a very, very solid foundation, so that whoever takes over after you, JM, will be inheriting a very, very solid foundation that has everything in mind: our youth, our education, our agric, everything is in mind. So lay the structures, and let the structures be so solid that JM, it doesn't matter who takes over after you, they have no choice but to continue the massive foundation you have laid. You know, so I'm saying this to tell most of the NDC people who are whistling our ears, oh, third term. Massa, third term. But pardon me when I speak a little tree, because this is the only way I can explain how I feel towards this whole third term talk. In tree, Massa, unsnegano, and yet ye make up you, and yet ye to wit, this is not what we should be thinking. This is not the priority. For me, the priority is not, hey, Mahama third term. No, please. The priority is a solid foundation. That's all I want Mahama to leave, man. A solid foundation, a legacy. Anybody who comes will say, Charlie, this foundation is so strong, I can't touch it. You know, we've been doing some bullcrap politics in Ghana. This one will start this, you come and say, I'll bring my own. This one come, I'll bring my own. And all that crap. We've seen it. Mahama, I'm begging you, leave the legacy that's so strong and the foundation that is so formidable that whoever should come will say, actually, Mahama, whatever it is, no matter what the disagreement I have, this foundation there is solid. The youth have a future in this. Agric has a future in this. Education, everything is so well planned. So folks, especially those NDC people that are honestly, any honest, right, intelligent thinking person will appreciate that for a whole year we've been focused in the direction and the results are good. The results are good. The figures are good. Generally, Ghanaians are feeling much, much better. Even though you have some die-hard people who say we don't see anything. I'll explain to that. I'm telling you that I understand and I appreciate where all that's coming from. But the fact is that things are good. So if things are good, what is the problem? Americans have a saying. They say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. If it is not broken, don't fix it. So I didn't say yeah. The thing is not broken. Why are you fixing it? And that is what I'm saying. That I am really, really confident that the end of Mahama's term, we will realize that the foundation is so strong, the foundation is so formidable, that it doesn't care to anybody that, oh, I'm going to fix the broken foundation. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. And all I'm saying is this. All Ghanaians, not NDC phone call, all Ghanaians should now believe and understand that what was broken in the last 8 years, the decay, the decadence, the looting is being fixed. So I'm saying let's leave the foundation that all these things have been fixed. So there's nothing else broken to be fixed. Trust me. Let me say on authority that if Mahama and the NDC will do the right thing, and the right thing means restore the republic, build the republic with law, order, and discipline, and the whole of Ghana will realize this foundation, then trust me, there is no question in my mind that Ghanaians will say, let us continue with this foundation. Let us build on it. And the kind of legacy Mahama and the NDC will leave for all of Ghanaians to appreciate and be happy that such a foundation is being left. So we should all of us, whatever your party, whatever your religion, whatever your ethnic group, whatever, all of us realize that finally a brilliant foundation has been laid. So why can't we all join in? If that happens, trust me, at the end of, was it 2028, whoever has become the flag bearer of the NPP, whether it's Baumia or Kendi Japan or whoever becomes the flag bearer of NPP, by 2028 they'll be saying, Charlie, there's nothing broken. It's all been fixed. So why don't we join in the fixing? And I swear to God, even if it's an NDC person going to take over Accra, they'll say, no, we have to continue from this foundation. Do you know, do you remember Hammer? Yeah, time now, Hammer was so, you can't touch it. You can't touch this. They will realize that the foundation that has been left, Charlie, you can't touch this. So let's build on it. That is the beginning of the restoration of the republic. That's a saying, we have one mind. We are aware that we have one destiny, and we know that we either sink together or we swim together. So if JM can leave Ghana at the point where the foundation has been laid and we are all swimming together, nobody in their correct mind will come and say, I'm changing the course, let's sink in Ghana. It won't happen. It won't happen. So please, and these people, I'm begging you, screw them. The foundation should be so solid that Mahama will hand over saying essentially, I've done what I can for God and country. That's what we're looking for. No, forget about that. Let's focus on building this foundation. Now let me move on to what I said about the NPP and why I'm appealing to my colleague, Kwesi Pratt. We are colleagues. And my younger brother, Black Rasta, and other people who have been very upset, especially with the series of press conferences and all of that. Recently was Saka Black press conference and things.
To Your Excellency, President John Mahama, we say we cannot continue down this path. The national interest demand change. The welfare of millions of Ghanaians demand it. Ghana's reputation in the world demand it. Your foreign minister have outlived his usefulness. He has demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that he lacks the temperament to manage complex bilateral relations. He has shown that he values applause over achievement, rhetorics over results, and most damningly, his pattern of reckless diplomacy has made Ghana less safe, less respected, and more vulnerable on the international stage. The minority therefore calls on you, Your Excellency, to remove Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa from the foreign minister's portfolio immediately.
Let me appeal to my brothers. Please slow down. You see, there's something called the context. CONTEXT. In everything, you have to understand the context. And the context simply is this: what created this? What is the history behind this? So when you understand the context, then you have a different appreciation of what is happening. Let me put the context of the NPP to us right now, folks. This is what you have to understand, all of us. Under the NPP, President Akufo-Addo was the monarch. And there's, I don't remember the name of the person who wrote this poem, but this guy was stranded on an island, and he wrote a poem, and in the poem he said, I am the monarch of all I survey. I am the monarch of everything I survey. He was on an island, the only person on that island. The Biobeshebia is under him. Trees, the lakes, the whatever. So he made that statement, I am the monarch. So everything that I can survey, I am the monarch. And I must be honest enough to say that under the NPP, that seemed to have been the tradition. The president, His Excellency Nana-Addo, was the monarch of everything he surveyed. And trust me, that whole attitude of being the monarch of everything he surveyed actually trickled down to the party and to the ministers. And it got to a point where everybody in whatever little sphere believed that they were the monarchs of all that they surveyed. I'm traveling somewhere. I need my chair to go with me. So I'm taking my chair. That is the sound of a monarch. And folks, let me speed this up. So all I'm saying is that under 8 years, the people who were in the NPP felt this superiority. They were the monarchs of all they surveyed.
if it's a question of counting who votes for me and who doesn't vote for me, I shouldn't be here because you don't vote for me.
And listen, they felt so superior that they forgot even how the ordinary Ghanaians were thinking and what their views were. No, they were the monarchs. And check this out. This whole question of breaking the eight came from that feeling of superiority. We will break the eight. I don't want to remind anybody of anything, but I'm sorry, I have to remind you some more. Do you remember? Even the president himself said that he was the one who took power from Mahama. Why will he hand it over to him? No, we are breaking the eight.
NDC paying for them. Say, Yantiasia. Say, me say, need to be Jamachi, Emma. Now go for one and Jimmy watching ye be a mayor, but you had my child. Only Baby 2 were Kunyaso. I think I'm a Baby boy, you are Baby Kunyaso, Ambassador.
And do you remember he's a president candidate in Brother Champon? It's a Sunda, it will never happen. Ambassador, we are breaking the eight. And other sentiments. I'm saying all of this, people, for us to understand a certain context. You see, we be our context though. And if you really want to understand what is happening, look at the context. The context is the people who believe they were monarchs of all that they survey, to the extent that they were going to break the eight and continue. That is the context. Now, do you follow me? So now, as my good friend Black will say, come here. No, follow me. For people who believe that we're monarchs and that we're going to break the eight, trust me, the feeling, the confidence that we are going to break the eight and come back to the power was so prevailing amongst them, was so prevalent. You break it now. Yes, I am.
2024 election, NDC, you cannot stop us. You cannot stop us. You cannot stop us. We are winning. We are winning. We are winning. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. Tell the NDC people, we have 1 million ways to win 2024 elections. We have 1 million ways to win 2024 elections, and we are ready. We are ready.
Yes, I am. Now follow me carefully. For people who are so confident, mentally, spiritually, physically, that we are breaking the eight, we are coming back. For that same group of people to have suffered that kind of defeat in the election was, let me borrow some word, it was not a catastrophe. You can say that something is a catastrophe, or you can say that the defeat was disastrous. No, but the defeat was catastrophically disastrous. No, folks, listen to me. The defeat was catastrophically disastrous. Now, this is what I want all of you to understand, because if you're listening to me, my friend Black Rasta, my younger brother, if you're listening to me, this is what I want you to understand. For people that were so high, for people that were the monarchs of all that they surveyed, from there you go to maybe, even if you lost the election, it was by a slight margin. But no, you don't go from monarch of all our survey to a catastrophically disastrous end like that. I feel, do you follow what I'm saying? When you go through that, do you know what happens? You are traumatized. Won't you ask you? What you say? You're confused. Hey, me Paramini. Me who was the monarch of everything I surveyed, now I am slaughtered like this. You don't understand it. That is the context. So in their misunderstanding, may I dare say, me signed what do you call it, medical doctor or psychologist or anything, but may I dare say that catastrophically disastrous defeat led to what science call a post-traumatic disorder. Post-traumatic disorder. Just say, Charlie, why hija? So I'm saying this, my fellow Ghanaians. If you understand that the NPP's defeat has created a post-traumatic disorder, then you will understand why all these press conferences. Let me tell you why. You are the monarch of all you survey. You believe, sir, we are so high, and then you are crushed like this without any notice. You are shocked. And it is out of that shock that you say, actually, I'm not shocked, I'm still who I am. Whatever you do, I am still who I am. Even if you call me a minority crowd, I don't care. I'm a mighty minority.
Let me tell the NDC, we are few, but we are a mighty few. We are few, but we are a mighty few.
It's a reaction. It's a post-traumatic reaction. So if you put in that context, you will understand. Kwesi Pratt, Timasio, I heard you talking about their latest conference, how you don't understand, and you don't. Please understand it. That when you put it in the context, they're coming from a traumatic shock. And let me pause for one quick second here and say, this time, Mom dear, for this shock there, Charlie, I blame JM and the NDC. JM and the NDC. I'm blaming you. Folks, you'll be surprised when I say I'm blaming JM and the DC. I'm blaming them, folks, because in the history of Ghana, we have never ever had a whole year plus and 1 year plus ruling of any political party, and that 1 year plus has been scandal free. Yeah, Mukau. And this for Mukau. A whole year, no scandal. And you have to understand this, folks, that for any group of people who have suffered from a post-traumatic defeat like that, who are traumatized, they're looking for a scandal. They're looking for something to say, we told you. And they can't find any. And Kwesi Pratt and Black Rasta, please, you must understand that when you're in that situation and you can't find any kind of scandal, make some up. Make it up. Because you left so high off, and unfortunately, many of us in Ghana believe this, that even when the NDC had won power, they were in for a rude awakening. Yeah, that was the Ghana for you're going to have a rude awakening. You're going to come to power, and immediately there was going to be doomsday.
There will be doomsday coming soon.
There will be doomsday coming soon.
So I know. I mean, the energy sector, I know there will be doomsday coming soon. Expect it. Doomsday will be coming soon.
The energy crisis was going to flame like crazy. You're going to come to power, and immediately fuel prices will skyrocket like crazy. You're going to come to power, and as was predicted, immediately the CD will depreciate and rise to the level of $25.
Miracles. What do you say now with the dollar at 14.2?
I'm very sure that if in August 4, 2014, the dollar was growing that fast, if the same managers were here today, we'll be buying dollar at 25 cents.
Really?
Yes. If these managers were the ones in charge between 2020 and now, we'll be buying dollar at 25 cents or 30 cents.
That is what was expected. Even if you thought that things are going to be well, I swear to God, we didn't think that we were going to do well within the first three months. A day. Magic bang. So no, I'm saying all of this to understand that if people are looking desperately for scandal, the least thing that they hey, Charlie, remember? Therefore, they initially cried the whole attempted jandam was, Mahama wants to 3 terms, want to extend. That's why he wants to start the Supreme Court judge.
There is this sinister motive by Mr. Mahama to pack the judiciary to seek a judicial interpretation of the Constitution, which will interpret Article 62 so that he intends to go a 3rd term.
Okay. So even that host, well, because he wants to stay a 3rd term, he wants to impanel the Supreme Court, blah, 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 blah.
Our president is doing, through the advice of the hawks of NDC, is to set a 3rd term agenda for his leadership. They think that by packing the judiciary, there will be a smooth road for that 3rd term agenda.
Mahama came and said, I don't want any 3rd term. So that foiled that whole jandam thing that was going to rise up. And in some miscalculation, the IMF reported, some 214 billion has been missing from the global. Hey! Press conference!
As a caucus, when we run our numbers, we can project that it's going to get to about $300 million by the end of this year. 214 million in losses under the Gold for Reserve scheme is just 9 months.
Sekai! Where is this? Where is 240? Sekai! And then eventually, Sami spoke up, the Bank of Ghana spoke up, and we realized that Uncle Siaga. I'm saying this for you to understand that there's a level of frustration. People are in search of a scandal. You know, the normal thing for me is this, and that's the normal thing. And Ghanaians don't like going the normal way. We have to go the regular way, which may not be intelligence. But the normal thing for me would be, Charlie, things after the destructive 8 years, things seem to be improving. In Timpacho, let's all roll up our sleeves and join in the crusade to make sure that things improve. Because if things improve, they improve for the whole Ghana. But the post-traumatic pain, it's like, no. There can't be anything good. Everything. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And in this one, it sounds like we are nation records. We don't see any good in anything. We won't speak any good. We won't hear any good. All we are looking for is disaster. And this has so what do we do, folks? So the press conferences, so much panic over now. The recent press conference, that people are actually calling that Ablakwa should be fired.
To Your Excellency, President John Mahama, we say we cannot continue down this path. The national interest demand change. The welfare of millions of Ghanaians demand it. Ghana's reputation in the world demand it. Your foreign minister have outlived his usefulness. He has demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that he lacks the temperament to manage complex bilateral relations. He has shown that he values applause over achievement, rhetorics over results, and most damningly, his pattern of reckless diplomacy has made Ghana less safe, less respected, and more vulnerable on the international stage. The minority therefore calls on you, Your Excellency, to remove Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa from the foreign minister's portfolio immediately.
I have my disagreements and whatever with that Blackwa. But to say that he stood on the ground to protect Ghana and say, if you, Israel, you have been bold enough to expel 3 Ghanaian members of parliament, I'll retaliate. What is wrong with that? And for which reason we should be sacked? Because have big conference to show how that is going to affect Ghana badly and all. But I understand, folks. I think the show I want to do today, you can title it, I say I understand the NPP. I understand. There has been post-traumatic disorder syndrome. They're confused. And there is this urge to find a scandal so that finally we all can celebrate. In our time, it was one day, one scandal. In your time, is in 1 year of no scandals. That won't work. So I understand the NPP, man. So I'm saying, all of us Ghanaians, don't get angry. Allow them to express themselves. I think the next big thing coming is we are holding power to account. We are holding power to account. At least I'm glad that they've been brave enough to admit that power be our baby. And they're going to hold that power to account. We're all here. We all want to hold power to account. Why not? I believe that power should be held to account as we held the NPP to account when they were in power. If they decided to hold power to account, you let them hold power to account. But folks, all I'm saying is this. These press conferences, please, let's all relax. Let them come. Let us understand the context of where all these press conferences are coming from. Let's show them some love. Because you know, one very dangerous thing in this world is that you can feel so boxed in, you have no way to release your stress. That is dangerous. When you feel so boxed in that there's no way to release your stress, it can be dangerous. So if press conferences are helping my friends to release their stress, let them. Because don't be stressed out. Why are you stressed out? Black Rasta, you are getting stressed out. Let them release themselves. Folks, look, I'm saying this because it is somewhat disheartening when any African country, especially an African country that was born out of Kwame Nkrumah's fiery revolutionary talk, from such an African country, it is hoped that we here in Ghana will have an understanding of standing behind any leader who is working for us as Ghanaians and who is working for us as Africans. We didn't have that understanding under Kwame Nkrumah. That's why we sat down and celebrated when the CIA overthrew Kwame Nkrumah. We were the ones that went out first to jubilate and thank them. If you like, go and do a research. How happy we were, you know, because but we have gotten to the stage where I'm hoping at least that we are now as a people beginning to understand that we have pride and we have dignity, and we must protect that pride and dignity. I remember back in the day when Ofrata was Minister of Finance, what reason did they give that won't go back to the IMF? He said, we are a proud people. That's what he said. Or see here with dignity. That's what he said.
But I can tell you, as my colleague, Deputy Minister said, we are not going to the IMF. Whatever we do, we are not. The consequences are there. We are a proud nation. We have the resources. We have the capacity. Don't let anybody tell you. Like when Joshua, Caleb, and the 10 others went to spy on the promised land. And only 2 of them came to say that we can do it. And the 10 went around the community murmuring, you can't, We are not people of short sight.
So to combine pride and dignity and you suppose that with dependence and begging, that's why he said that. We are proud people, we have dignity, and we can't just put that with going in our feet. We are crying, we are begging. So to come into any sort of republic that the Africans understand actually no more begging and pleading and stand toe to toe with people who want to undermine you and people who want to disgrace you, stand toe to toe with them. Me, I applaud. I applaud our blocker for saying that if you are sacked 3 of our MPs there, we will sack 3 of your citizens. Nothing was wrong. And as a matter of fact, I was hoping that even the man to come and say, actually, this one thing, we have to protect ourselves and agree. Rather than holding a whole press conference, they say remittance is crime because we have made Trump angry with us, so even the Ghanaians will not remit to us and all. I mean, come on, guys, let's be real. There were 74 countries that this ban applied to. 74 countries. Are you suggesting that every foreign minister was standing up to them? Is that an intelligent submission and conclusion? I leave that to you. Me, I didn't come here to argue. I came here to understand. I came here to understand the shock. I came here to understand the pain. How much you must be pained. Chale, and yes, more pain. If you are so pained to the level that you want your country to fail, political power, you want those who are holding your political power to fail. If you are so pained that you are praying for failure,
I want him to fail. I want my party to win the 2028 election.
So you want him to fail?
I want I don't want Mahama to succeed as in succeeding, but I want my party to win.
That is not ordinary pain. That is shock. That is post-traumatic disorder. And so me, I just came here to say that, Charlie, give anybody who is going through such an experience a chance to release their stress. If they can have a press conference twice a week, that's fine, so long as the stress is released. But on the other hand, I am hoping that the NDC, I'm hoping that Mahama, that you also have the conscience that you have to remember that you are here to restore a republic. And the foundation of that is discipline, fairness, justice. And that is the legacy you're going to leave. So don't even be sidetracked. Come 31st, and people have a flag bearer, whether it's Baumia, whether it's Kennedy Japan, whoever it is, fine. Their constitution says they should have a flag bearer by then. Their constitution says vote from the top up, bottom down, whatever. The constitution says we must have one by then. Fine. Let that happen. But please, NDC, don't lose track. Don't start any foolish infighting. Because you want to raise your head and say, this is going to be our president, this was going to replace Mahama. Please, rally behind the man and make sure that the foundation he's laying is a solid, formidable one. A foundation that you can tell whoever is going to come that, hey, Massa, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. I'm going to be ending. So that's all I wanted to say today. Number one, keep the focus. Please continue doing what you're doing. It is great. Look, people of Ghana feel better. No matter what the Yehushi Academy, and there to understand him. Yehushi Academy. There'll be more People's Forum. To showcase women who said they went to hospital and they couldn't get good treatment, to showcase people who said they went to buy King. There will be plenty of that. Understand that. It is okay. It is part of expression of traumatic disorder. Hey, okay, let's accept this. Fine, you know. But all I'm saying is that people are not dumb. People are intelligent. They know what they see. They know what they feel. When they are at the gas station, they know what they feel. They know how happy they are. That what they used to spend 1,000 now, they can spend 300 at a pump and get good. They know it. They feel it. I've never, ever seen it happen that a fuel station is actually advertising that if you buy your fuel here, I'll give you free breakfast. Your friend of fuel wars. The wars of everybody's trying to lower their prices to an extent. Somebody wants to say, me, I'm not just lowering my price. So if you come here and fill your tank here, I'll give you free breakfast. I think Goyle is doing that. One of the stations, I don't know. But this is where Ghana has come to. That a fuel station is offering breakfast free to go with anybody who can come there and fill their tank. But we have to understand that the people that are in pain are confused and they are hurt. So please don't think that this is going to end anytime soon. Shall I wrap up now? So my wrap up is very, very simple. NDC, John Mahama, let me quote myself one more time, that people elected you not as a politician. Politicians, they are just interested in winning power. Now my party say, no. The people that voted for you because they wanted to elect you to make you the trustee of their destiny. And to become a trustee of Ghana's destiny, the important thing is that you have not come to repair some small damages. No, sir. Your Excellency, they are asking you to come and restore a republic. And for me, restoration of the public is that at the end of your term when you're leaving, the foundation is so formidable that we'll sing a song. You can't touch this. You can't touch this, folks. Ghana will rise again.